Welcome once again to my channel. Now let's look at what we have here. We are given that y is equal to the square root of m plus k divided by k into 1 plus k multiplied by n. And we're asked to make m the subject of this equation. How are we going to do this? It's very simple. This is your first time seeing my video. Can you like this video? Drop your comment and don't forget to subscribe to this channel. Now here is the solution to this problem. Alright, we have y equal to the square root of m plus k divided by k into 1 plus km. Yes. Now, when you're asked to make something the subject, it means you're asked to make that particular variable or that particular thing you're looking for to stand on its own. For example, if you have a plus 2b equal to 4 and you're asked to make b the subject, in other words, they are simply telling you to make b to stand on its own, because as it stands now, b is not on its own. Why? Because a is on the left hand side, 2 is also attached to the b. So what are those things that you would do to make b to stand alone? That's just what we're asking now. At this point, a will cross over first, so that 2b will be equal to 4. If positive a moves over to this other side, you have a negative a. Then you need to make b to stand alone. So do that, you divide both sides by 2. So that 2 will cancel 2. You get b now will be equal to 4 minus a all over 2. You have made b to stand alone. In other words, also, another case, if you're given something like x plus y, or let's say 2x plus y equal to 9, and you're asked to make y the subject, y is not standing alone because 2x is attached to it on the left hand side. So how do you make y to stand alone? This 2x will have to cross over, so that y will be equal to 9. Positive 2x crosses over to give us a negative 2x. At this point, y is standing alone, nothing is attached to it. You get? That's how simple it is. Anytime you have to make something the subject, we are simply telling you to make that thing to stand on its own. Nothing should be attached to it. You get? So in this question now, we have to make m the subject. What are those things that you would do that m, this n here, this one, all of them will stand on one side? They will be on their own. That is what you're asking. You get? It is very simple. Now, the first thing you have to do is, when you're making something the subject, always look at how it is. If you look at this one, it's not the same thing like this one, because the square root sign you're seeing, there's no square root there. So the first thing you have to do is remove that square root. And in order to remove the square root, I will have to square both sides. I will have to square both sides. To square both sides, I'll have y squared equal to the square root of m plus k divided by k into 1 plus km. Now I will still square it. This square will cancel out the square root sign, and y squared will be equal to m plus k divided by k into 1 plus km. At this point now, I'm trying to make m to stand on its own. Remember, here is over 1, because y squared divided by 1 is the same thing as what? Y squared. So what I will do is I will cross multiply. You get? So we are taking that to this other side of the board. Alright, so to do that now, This will come here, this will multiply here, while this will multiply here. So 1 times m plus k will give 1 into m plus k. That is, for this one, is equal to y squared into y squared will multiply k into 1 plus km. 1 plus km. Yes, that's it. Now y squared have multiplied both k and 1 plus km. Now 1 times m plus k will give us m plus k to be equal to y squared times k will give us y squared k to multiply 1 plus km. Don't confuse yourself. We are making m the subject. That is our target. So now I'll have to clear out the bracket. So to clear the bracket, I will use everything outside to multiply everything inside the bracket. So m plus k will be equal to y squared k times 1 will give me y squared k, and then plus y squared k times this times km will give me y squared k times k will give me k squared, and then my m will be attached to it. Remember, our target is to make m the subject. So I can see m here, I can see m here. I have two options. It's either I move this one here, or I will move this to this other side. So anyone, you can choose anyone. So let me move m to the other side. So I'll have k. If I'm moving m, k will be left alone here. That will be y squared k plus y squared k squared m, and then when this m crosses over, becomes a negative m. Now this one is not attached to it because it does not contain any m inside. There is no m among. So I can move this other side. I can move it to this other side, to the left hand side. So I have k minus, this will come over to give me y squared minus y squared k to be equal to y squared k squared m minus m. You ask me, why did I move this over? It's because there's no m attached to it. So I want to make every variable that contains m to stand on its own, so that I can factor out m. You see, that's my target. So now I have k minus y squared k to be equal to, let me factor out m because I can see m here, I can also see m. So if I'm factoring out m, what will be left is y squared k squared minus 1, because m times y squared k squared will give me y squared k squared m, and then m times minus 1 will give me minus m. Remember, our target is to make m the subject. You get? I want to make m to stand alone, so I can divide both sides by the coefficient of m, and coefficient is that number or that thing behind the unknown. So the coefficient of m is what is behind m, and that thing is what? Y squared k squared minus 1. So this will cancel away, and then I'll still divide here by y squared k squared minus 1. So to do that now, once I cancel their 2 out, m is left alone. So m will be equal to k minus y squared k divided by y squared k squared minus 1, and that is the value of m. So if I'm asked to make m the subject, this is how it's going to be. The only thing I can do here is to factorize, but to make m to stand alone, you can stop here. If you find this video interesting, do not hesitate. Make sure you like this video. Don't just like it, share it with your friends, with your loved ones, and don't forget to subscribe to this channel. I will see you in my next class. Bye.